NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Houston Texans. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. A dangerous return man showing him here. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
That kind of kickoff return is something we call a momentum play. So if you're the offensive coordinator and you have a script of plays that you plan to run, you may change it up now because you may decide to go for some bigger strikes and try and keep the momentum going.
Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home crowd early and often. Very first play of the game, they do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Tommy Tremble, the intended target, but now it's third down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Airing this one out for Evans. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
Ready.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready up.
A first carry for Elijah Mitchell. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question, because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw here. This pass complete to Pollard on the out route. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
They'll run it with Elliott. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
Pierce now up the middle. Oh, he bowls over it. Fights through the middle crease. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Tommy Trimble, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it.
Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception and as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. That was huge after being behind the chains on 1st down to make this 2nd very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on 1st down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on 2nd down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
You look at the defense for these Texans.
They were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
That was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Well, this defense for the Texans, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard.
Got a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
On the set.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pat the 60. Pat the 60. Ready.
Out of the gun to give to Pollard. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Pollard will take it up the gut.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 23. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
Trying to run forward, Pollard. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And all the gamble fails. It's incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Play action. Stroud now.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Now a 2nd and 10. Give to Pierce.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. There he goes, left side. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. A huge play there for Houston. 58 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Damian Pierce taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 64 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
At their 48-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Second down, Pollard again. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches.
First down, Cowboys.
A first down carry by Elliott. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Brings us 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
79 Broncos. Ready.
Now back to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. That is caught. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
So the drive will continue. After the conversion on fourth, they'll work from the 20 on first down.
They'll look to throw again. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Touchdown, Cowboys. David Njoku, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts this lead down to 13. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral it down near the 11-yard line.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
18 ready.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flush to his right. That escapes the sack. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
At the Texans' 8-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Bo Melton
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The kicker on for the extra point.
But with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
15-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter.
On first down, Lance. That's to Schoonmaker, the tight end.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Here we go. Here we go.
It's second and inches at the 35-yard line.
Set.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Here's Pollard again. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. Moore, the man in motion.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as he'll give to Pollard.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Tony Pollard, 44 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from capturing the lead.
Extra point safely through. And that will put them on top here in the third.
Texans play.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready, ready.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. There's Trimble, the tight end.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Hey, hey, check. Ready.
Pierce gets this one running right.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Flushed out right. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up the first down.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being...
And got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Houston.
Tommy Trimble.
A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Texans have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in this second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
They were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves up to 7. And so they run it in on the two-point try. And so often, Charles, we talk about, from the offense's perspective, what you do on the two-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the two-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
140 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. A yard all they need, but it's third down. Now a give here to Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. Also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Pierce now up the middle. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Throwing now is Stroud. To Pierce, they set up the screen. And they'll get it up just short of 45 at the 44. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. First and 10, it's Stroud. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And they'll throw it with Stroud here, first and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and now they're staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Ready?
Now Stroud. Eluding the pressure right. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here goes Stroud again. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. And that's good for a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Pass the 60, pass the 60. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Oh, the motion comes too late. Now this is going to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
19 Lions. Come 19, come 19.
They're going to look to throw. Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try to get the ball back again.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Elliott going to get it again on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Let's go,
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Booker from the pistol. It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
To throw is Stroud. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Booker. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Now the try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the TD, here's Carpenter on to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds his man, Pollard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 33 yards that time.
33 yards on the play. 1st down, Cowboys.
He'll drop to throw. He'll get this to Elliott. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. 2nd and 11. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Texans will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Houston, they continue to put themselves in position for a 1st-round bye as they move to 8-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, their woes